Okay, so today I want to talk about the third base market. There's obviously a lot of stuff going on, a lot of potential activity that's going on. Before I go any further, if you're new to this channel, please click that subscribe button and click the like button next to it. If you have a channel of your own, please put it down in the comments that you've got a channel of your own and you've subscribed, and I'll definitely make a point to make a shout out for you and your channel so that people learn about you and your channel. It's my way of saying thank you for subscribing to my channel and supporting it as well. I'll in turn do the same for you. But back to the subject at hand, third base. Now, we've got a lot of potential trade candidates, and we've got a lot of openings as well. Anthony Rendon's a free agent, right? Josh Donaldson's a free agent. So that means the Nationals potentially don't have a third baseman right now. Neither do the Braves. We already know that the Texas Rangers need a third baseman. Okay, now the trade candidates as well. Chris Bryant. Okay, or trade candidate. Chris Bryant from the Cubs. Cubs are, they said today, announced today, they're looking to unload or lower payroll, and he's one of their prime candidates, whether it be him or Wilson Contreras. But if they trade him, there will be a need in Chicago for a third baseman. And one of the reasons why they're trading him is because at best he's got 2 years of control left. He's going to get very expensive, okay? If they're looking to trim payroll, then they're going to need to bring in somebody who's affordable, okay? So you can pretty much rule out, unless I'm sorely mistaken, you can pretty much rule out them replacing him with an Anthony Rendon or a Josh Donaldson, because they're going to cost, Josh Donaldson's going to cost just as much as Bryant would the next 2 years. Rendon's going to cost way more, and then Bryant's going to cost astronomical numbers when he's an unrestricted free agent. So brings me to my trade candidate, Miguel Andujar from the New York Yankees. You can even consider Gio Urshela as well, but Miguel Andujar has essentially been supplanted at third base by Gio Urshela. Yes, he had a shoulder injury and he came back. He's healthy again. He's hitting, and he has been working out in the offseason on his defense. And one of the reasons why Urshela has supplanted him is because he's a better defender. But that said, he's been working on his defense, and he's still young. He's only 24 years old. But the bottom line is he has 4 years of team control at the league minimum, essentially. Okay, so what does that say? And I didn't even mention the Milwaukee Brewers with Mike Moustakas signing with the Reds. That left a third base opening for the Brewers. I guess they traded for Luis Urias from the Padres, but he's likely going to cover shortstop. And they had holes everywhere in the infield. So the Brewers also have an opening. Okay? So my suggestion, or what I want to basically share and hope that people consider, is Miguel Andujar can be a good acquisition either for the Cubs. He can be a good acquisition for the Nationals. He could also be a good acquisition for the Brewers. Okay, even the Texas Rangers has been talking about him maybe being traded to the Texas Rangers for a Mike Minor or something like that, left-handed starting pitcher. It will likely cost more than that because Minor only has 1 year of control left before he's a free agent, and he's 31 years old. Andujar's 24 with 4 years, so it's going to cost more than Minor. But the Brewers might be a prime candidate here. There's talk about them being interested in J.A. Happ. Okay, what if the Yankees package Miguel Andujar with J.A. Happ to Milwaukee, and in return got a package for some prospects, but potentially Josh Hader in return? Okay, might be something to consider. The Cubs can put together an attractive trade proposal for him as well. So can the Nationals. They both have glaring needs, and again, if payroll, now the Nationals just spent $245 million on Steven Strasburg, it's very likely that they're going to re-sign Rendon. So, if being a little bit cost-conscious at third base is an option, because Donaldson's going to cost a lot of money, Andujar is a prime candidate for the Nationals. He's also a prime candidate for the Cubs, who have publicly said they're looking to lower the payroll to get under that luxury tax, okay? And the Brewers as well, looking to fill a need. They're a perennial contender every year, perennial playoff team every year. He would be a good acquisition for them. And if you package somebody, there's been talk about Yankees obviously want to unload J.A. Happ because they're hoping to bring in Garrett Cole, but they're being able to offload his $17 million salary will go a long way. And if you package somebody like Andujar with him, it would make it a lot more feasible for a team like the Brewers to potentially accept. And in return, add Josh Hader, and it could be their one piece that they send back to us. We might need to add a piece, a minimal prospect or so. Fine, if we can do that, get Josh Hader maybe and a decent prospect in return. even a third base prospect or a pitching prospect, I think it's something that should be considered. So that's my video today on the third base market. Again, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of free agency out there, a lot of free agent options. You got, well, particularly Rendon and Donaldson, but some trade options as well. Moose is going to play second. It sounds like he's going to play second for the Reds because they have a young stud third baseman there. So prime candidates. You got the Brewers, the Texas Rangers, the potentially the Cubs, and you at least have the Washington Nationals who have a need for a third baseman, and he's a perfect option that is a low-key option and a very affordable one at 4 years of control. Teams like the value of control, right? Well, here's your opportunity to get team control for 4 years. And I'm a Yankee fan, and I hate saying let's trade Andujar, but this is an opportunity to extract good value for him by sending him to a team who really needs a third baseman and who doesn't want to spend a lot of money on a third baseman. This is a prime opportunity here, so I hope that the Yankees consider it. I hope that other teams consider it as well. And I hope, obviously, that Gio Urshela turns out to be as good as we hope it is, as good as he was last year. So anyway, that's my video today. If you like this, if you enjoyed it, please click the like button. The more likes I get, the more subscribers I get, the more YouTube kind of filters it through its algorithm. I want to share it with as many people as possible. Take a look at my playlist. I've done team-by-team breakdowns of every single team in the major leagues for their offseason, what they should do versus what I think they will do. I've got MLB free agent predictions, an old one and a new one. I've got a Houston Astros cheating scandal. I've got one on a recommended punishment. I've got contract predictions. I've got all kinds of stuff so for your enjoyment. So if you're a baseball fan, this channel is for you. Be sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell next to it. All right? So I hope that you enjoyed it. Happy holidays. Talk to you next time.